up Bahamas, let your voices blaze.
Bahamas, your Save the Bays team is live on air once a week to give you your environmental update on your country, our beautiful Bahama land. Join us on Voice of the Bays radio show each Wednesday on Love 97 from 5 to 6 p.m. to hear the latest news on our 700 islands in the sun. Call in and let your voice be heard during the show. Calling from Nassau, dial 326-8255. Calling in from Freeport, use 351-6175. You can also listen to the show streaming online.
Let's save the Bays.
The content of Voice of the Bays radio show is the property of Save the Bays, Coalition to Protect Clifton Bay, and is intended for general information purposes only. The views expressed by the show hosts or their guests are their own, and not that of Love 97. To learn more about Save the Bays, please visit their website at www.savethebays.bs or find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube. Our thanks, Bahamas, for your support.
Rise up Bahamas, let your voices blaze. Stand up Bahamas, come on, let's save the Bays. Clifton Bay, save it. Breakers Bay, save it. Liberty Bay, save it. Let's save the Bays. Rise up Bahamas.
Good afternoon, Bahama land, and welcome to the Voice of the Bays. The environment speaks. And as you know, Save the Bays doesn't hesitate to speak clearly and vociferously about the beautiful archipelagic nation that we share and how we should keep it as God created it. Keep it clean and pristine. And it is absolutely the contrary. If you look around in Grand Bahama, and even in Nassau, and in some areas specifically in Nassau, how the environment is tormented, how the environment is degraded, how the environment has gotten no respect from hundreds of thousands of Bahamians. Imagine when you step upon the belly of Mother Earth from which we've come. She inundates us with this beautiful energy of love and nurturing. And yet we pollute her. We damage her image. We cast the filthiest aspect of our modern living onto her belly, onto her bosom. How do you think she responds? Oh my God. Early in the morning, when the sun rises over this beautiful planet, it is like the first day of creation. When the sun sets and goes down, it is like the dawning of a new night of restfulness. When the moon rises and looks upon this incredible planet of Mother Earth, Gaia we call her, Gaia, G-A-I-A, simply because she is a living consciousness. We come from her. 99.99999% of us, of our being, of our physical being, come from Mother Earth. The other, well, you cannot measure that because that is the sole being that inhabits the body. That comes from our Creator who breathes whoosh, life into us. But it is from the womb, the belly, the bosom of Mother Earth that we come. Let us respect that. Let us think of the earth as the belly of your own mother, the womb of your own mother, the breast from which you nurse milk when you first exited the womb. Think of Mother Earth as such, and then you may not degrade her, throw garbage upon her. Kentucky Fried Chicken boxes, Burger King, any other fast food. And look how degrading that becomes to your Mother Earth. I come back now to reality. But the reality that I just came from is a reality that I want to see in this country. In this country. And we're going to talk about that today. And we have two phenomenal people in the studios. I'm waiting for my co-host, Rashima Ingram, who will be here shortly. But we have Keith Cooper and Linda Cooper from West End. One of the most beautiful spots on the planet. One of the most beautiful spots on Grand Bahama. I love to go there. But West End has become filthy. Terribly so. As does each and every aspect of Grand Bahama, Nassau, and probably some of the islands. So I welcome two wonderful people who have been on our show a number of times before. Linda, welcome to Voice of the Bays, The Environment Speaks.
Thank you, and it's such a pleasure to be back again with you, Joe and Rashima, and Save the Bays organization. I'm just really thrilled to be back here, especially at such a time as this with it seems like it's a revolution to clean up our island. There's a lot of partnership with many organizations coming together all at the same time this Saturday all over Grand Bahama, all hands all over the island. Many organizations from east to west will be coming together to clean up this desolate vineyard. Let's clean up the vineyards.
Oh, Lord, have mercy upon our work that we have to do to recreate the beauty of Mother Earth. And Keith Cooper.
Yes, sir.
The man in West End, the great secure, the one who came out the very first after Matthew's devastation to bring relief to our beloved citizens. Welcome to Voice of the Bays.
Well, thank you again, Joe, and thanks Save the Bays and everyone here at Love 97 for having us back again. We truly appreciate any opportunity we are provided with to speak about the environment and the issues affecting our beautiful island of Grand Bahama and the Bahamas as a whole. So it's our pleasure to be back, and we are excited about all of the new things that are coming up for this year and this season as it relates to the environment. So we're really happy to be back with everyone once again.
Okay, and it's a joy and a pleasure to have you both here again. And we had an extensive show before when we talked about the aftermath of Matthew and what was happening and your role, which was so significant in bringing immediate relief to so many people in West End, in spite of the fact that you had lost it all, home and everything that you belong. But yet you were out there, powerfully conscious of what needed to be done. And now we have our beautiful young Rashima Ingram in studios. Pleasant good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone in studio. I'm so excited. I'm happy for what's coming on this coming Saturday, and I just want to say good afternoon and continue to work Bahamas. We're really excited that we have 3 cleanup campaigns going on Grand Bahama Island this coming Saturday. So that's good. That speaks to the efforts and the energy that everyone is putting out there in terms of getting this place where it needs to be. So let's talk, eh?
Okay, well, let's talk. So, Keith, Linda, you give us some specifics with respect to what's happening in West End, the primordial capital, which still is the capital of Grand Bahama.
Yes, sir.
You know, I remember the capital of Long Island was Clarenstown, and we kept Clarenstown clean and pristine. There was a time on the island that we actually swept the dirt just to keep the dirt clean. Can you imagine that?
That's a good one.
We had the palmetto brooms that we use, and in fact on Sweden Ski they still do it because they don't like to have filth around them. So tell us about what's happening this weekend, Linda, Keith.
Well,
both.
let me start first by saying that we give thanks to the Lord for allowing us to see another day, and we are moving back to the house that was destroyed by the hurricane today. Actually, is our first day back to West End. We are so excited to be able to start this weekend with this wonderful cleanup campaign in partnership with Save the Bays and Four Oceans out of Florida. So the community of West End, in terms of the hurricane, has gone through a mega transformation in terms of removal of damaged areas, debris of every type. It's just amazing how much West End suffered from this storm. And in the aftermath, now that we've kind of see our way clear through all of the refuse, the garbage, and all of the damaged areas, how barren it is. West End is sort of like a town that was hit by a bomb blast, and all that were left remaining was just buildings that were able to withstand it. And that's the essence of West End. So I know that there's a lot of discussions going on, probably within government and within certain circles of organizations who are looking to rebuild it. But we just don't know exactly what methods or what programs are going to be started and when. So we come to the table now ready to help wherever we can as an organization. The West End Eco Fishing Camp Association has been a premier front runner in the West End community since 2008, educating the youth about being environmental stewards, educating the community about their role as caretakers. And these are the things that we will continue to do as long as God give us breath. So this weekend with Rashima and you and the rest of the folks that are coming in from Florida and all of the folks here on the island of Grand Bahama, we have to take control of this garbage situation. This cleanliness is important to tourism. It's important just to your basic well-being as a human, to live in an environment that's clean and safe and pristine so that we can share it with each other and share it with our visitors that come to our country.
Okay, Keith, since you're speaking, give us a little bit about your connection to Four Oceans.
Right, Four Oceans is an organization that was introduced to us by a local resident, Gary Simmons, who had introduced us to this gentleman whose role it is to go around the world to help clean up oceans. Basically, their role is to take debris or damaged vessels that may have gotten sand-locked around in shallow areas like the Bahamas, to help remove them and to provide assistance with coastal cleanups, which is why they're here. And they will be arriving on Friday. Hopefully, he'll call in a few minutes. The gentleman's name is Andrew Cooper. He's no relation to me at all, but I wish I was. But Andrew is a very informed guy. He is very connected. It seems like he is the Save the Bays of Florida in a way because of the role that they play. And I could say really they are, in every sense of the word. They're very conscientious of their environment, and in this case, the whole world. So they go around and they find groups like us in various destinations to partner with, to come over and say, what can we do to assist you? How can we help get the message out? What do we need to do with the youth? What do we need to do in the community? And all of these kinds of things that are essential, because this is, like you said earlier, Joe, this is a global situation now. This is not just limited to Grand Bahama or the Bahamas. The whole world is under assault from all kinds of environmental pollution, whether it be man-made or artificial or whatever. It's just amazing what the kinds of connections that are coming our way, and people are watching us, seeing what we're doing on a universal scale because of social media. So we're really delighted about Four Oceans coming in to be a part of what we're doing.
Okay, so Andrew is his name?
It's Andrew Cooper.
Andrew, he has the number to call in. You want to say it to him again in case he's listening?
It's the Freeport number for him to call, or Andrew, is 242-351-6176. And that's 242-351-6176.
And we are streaming, right, online? So that online is what? Let's give it to a number of people may want to have it.
The number again?
No, the
Is it
streaming.
Yeah,
okay.
Love 97 streams on TuneIn Radio as well, so that's one of the best ways to get Love 97. TuneIn Radio app is a good way to stream in on Love 97. Just look for the Bahamas radio station, and Love 97 is right there. That's how I usually listen if I can't get it on the radio.
Oh, okay. Now I know Rashima has some exciting questions to lead the next section of our program here. Rashima?
So I'm so delighted that we have some Floridians coming in, and I know it's not only Andrew, but how many of them can we expect?
He advises today of 3 people that will be at his party, and they're coming to work. They're
Right.
coming to assist us, and they're even bringing some additional supplies too. I believe they're bringing some gloves and other items that he's planning to have, some T-shirts. All of the children that participate and all of the adults that participate in this cleanup will be provided with T-shirts to wear, which I thought it was really nice of him to do that. And then any other supplies he'll bring, we'll be utilizing them throughout that morning and afternoon.
Right, that's wonderful, because people look for tangible things that they can take away from initiatives like this. So the tangibles would be T-shirts, but how many students can be accommodated? I'm wondering if we can accommodate 10, or if we can accommodate 1,000. We'd like 1,000.
I am thinking, I want to believe and trust God that there is going to be a huge, massive turnout. And I'm hoping we have he is bringing around approximately 100 T-shirts. So let's call it 100-fold.
Good,
100-fold in the West. Let's call it 100-fold. Come on now.
I like that number.
Yeah,
100 young
right,
people
yeah.
moving about,
Yes,
just
100.
taking care of God's environment that He has
Amen.
loaned to us.
So how have you invited other groups? I know Save the Bays is participating, and in fact, Saturday is our regular Youth Environmental Ambassador Leadership Training Program, and attached to every session we have a field trip. And so this coincides with one of those sessions, and so that's why, and for other reasons, that we became fully involved, and we'll be transporting all of our youth environmental ambassadors for this year's program to West End to participate. So what about other groups? Which other groups do you have being invited or definitely will participate?
Okay, we should have the 5th and the 6th grade from the West End Primary School. They should be out there in full force, as well as William Harold Cash. Everybody knows Cash from West End. He has a wonderful scout ministry, and we can expect a pack of scouts out as well. We may even have some students from the LIS community coming down from Freeport. So we're looking for schools in Grand Bahama to participate as well. LIS didn't make a full commitment, but it's a very good possibility that they may be coming and participating. And the community service hours is what we're calling upon all youth who are in need of community service hours. We already have the forms drafted up for them. So this initiative is open for everyone to just show up at 9 o'clock at the West End Temporary Clinic, which is behind the Anglican Parish Hall. You come at 9 to sign in at the table at the West End Clinic, which is situated behind the Anglican Parish Hall. Now they have a prayer breakfast going on that morning, and they wish for us to use the clinic area. So come on down, youth. Lunch is going to be provided for all the volunteers. We have T-shirts and even hats for Oceans. I forgot to mention they will have a ball cap, so to filter out some of the rays of the sun, which could be harmful. And so they'll get their hat, they'll get their T-shirt, and we'll make sure they're gloved. We do want the children in tennis shoes. Please, no flip-flops that day. No flip-flops. Make sure you wear, or sandals. We would like for you to wear tennis shoes and jeans, and be prepared for work.
And I just want to throw out there that we are Save the Bays is going to be bussed out there. We're bussing our YEAs out there. And we expect to have about 25 students, so that's already 25% of your 100. But if there are any other students in that Freeport area that would like to go down with us, we're leaving from the YMCA on time at 9 o'clock, because the cleanup starts at 9. So we're just willing to accommodate some people who may be running behind. So for anybody that want to meet us at the YMCA this coming Saturday, please be there at least by 8:45 because we want to leave on time at 9 o'clock so we could be in West End shortly after.
Okay, Keith and Linda, you mentioned, Linda, about this community service hours. Now, that's a big thing with me. And I hate to ring my own bell or whatever you call it. But the fact is that long time ago, many years ago, I established community service hours as being a requisite for graduation. And over the years, every single school has adopted it. So I was the first one in the country to say that you are not going to graduate until you have accomplished so many hours assisting in some outreach program in the community. And I am so proud. And, you know, I think that should go down in history that Joe Dowell started
Oh
it.
my.
You know, I don't
We
like
agree.
to sing my
Absolutely.
praises, but the fact is that I don't want anyone to take credit for it. I don't need the credit for it. I'm just happy about it. And so what I want to do, and Rashima just mentioned the fact that we will be busing our YEA students there, and that if there are other students, they could contact us if they want to ride with us on the bus. And this would count for their community service hours. Because as you know, particularly in the high school area, every student before graduation now, and I think every school without exception, even St. Andrews, in fact, the principal at St. Andrews credited me for coercing him into making that a requisite for graduation. So it's a wonderful way to get our young people involved in their hands, etc., in the work of the community.
You know, we need to go back to this community service hours. We have to, at the end of this show, we have to be able to talk a little bit more into this because high schoolers really need to understand why community service hours is important. But this cleanup is being done in partnership with Save the Bays, with West End Eco Fishing Camp, as well as Four Oceans. And I'm so happy that we have Andrew on the phone now, who's calling in from Florida, because that's how important this is to him and to Four Oceans. So I'm glad, Andrew, we have you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so Keith has been telling us a lot. He was sure to mention that there's another Cooper in the world who's really passionate about this cause. So we understand that there will be three of you, that you have a lot of goodies for us. So I'm excited about that. But not only that, just tell us a little bit about Four Oceans and the work that you've been doing over time.
Sure. So Four Oceans is actually it's a new organization. It's actually a company. It's a bracelet company. So what we do is we sell bracelets, and for every bracelet purchased, that funds the removal of at least 1 pound of trash from the ocean. That's our commitment. And the bracelets are made from 100% recycled materials. And so just a brief on the history is that it was basically the founders of Four Ocean are both surfers, fishermen, and divers. We grew up in South Florida, and we spent our whole lives on the water. We have a profound respect for the ocean, and a few years ago, we saw an opportunity. A few years ago, we started the idea of Four Ocean. A few months ago, we launched, and we saw an opportunity to give back and make a career out of it at the same time. So we came together and moved forward with this idea. We've had a very good response from the market, and we've been able to clean up over a dozen offshore and local beach cleanups in Florida, the Bahamas, and Haiti.
Awesome. And would you be able to quantify the amount of trash that has been collected over that time?
Yes, ma'am. So in the past 3 months, we've been able to remove over 45,000 pounds of trash.
And that's 3 months? Just 3 months?
Yes, ma'am. That's in 3 months. I will be the first one to tell you that the majority of that weight, though, came from derelict vessels and Cuban refugee rafts that washed up on the east coast of Florida. There has been over 4,000 pounds, or 3,800 pounds, came from microplastics that came from beach cleanups from the marine debris from the cleanups. Although this weekend, I'm sure we're going to top that number. I'm almost positive. Just from everything I've been hearing, it's going to be a really fun weekend, and we are really looking forward to it.
Well, you know, we're really trying to have at least 100 youngsters out.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, so we're definitely hoping to really set a record, and happy to have Four Oceans involved in that.
I just want to ask you a question because this particular aspect has been bothering me for a very long time. I am one who do not litter unless I inadvertently do so. And I grew up on an island where, even on the family islands, we had a respect for the belly and bosom of Mother Earth. And we actually, as I mentioned prior to the show beginning, we actually used to sweep the dirt, because if the dirt got dirty, we wanted to clean that too. But things have changed dramatically over the years in the Bahamas, and I would say many of our residence areas have become extremely filthy. And I know West End is one of those. So I want you to give us an impression, a definite one, direct one, as to what you thought of West End when you first looked at it and what should be done.
Right. So I actually have not seen West End since Hurricane Matthew, but I visited a few times over the last summer, for fishing trips. And I've been to many places in the Bahamas, and unfortunately, it was just from those few trips that we knew that West End, it needed some help. We reached out, and a very kind fellow, his name was Gary Simmons, hooked us up with Keith and Linda, and it's just, the rest is history. From what I've heard and the pictures I've seen, is that after Hurricane Matthew, West End is in really is in dire need of help. So that's exactly what started this whole thing, and that's why Four Ocean exists. That's what we're here for. So it's something that we're actually honored to do. We're very happy to get out there and clean. Did that answer your question?
Oh, Andrew, this is Linda, and we really look forward to your team showing up on Friday on your flight arrival. We look forward to embracing you, and we thank you for bringing the comms, all the walkie-talkies for the leaders who are going to be out on foot patrol, and the groups that will be heading out, spearheading. We have scouts going out. We have Save the Bays youth going, WEEFCA youth going, West End Primary School youth going. And we have invited the general public to come join as well. And we really look forward, and we can't wait to get the Let's Do This orange buckets back out again. Oh, my Joe.
Oh, you got more? Hey, you need some more? I have plenty. I have plenty of orange buckets. Andrew, I got a question I have to ask you, and of course, Rashima knows my attitude, but I don't think Linda and Keith know. I have a great difficulty in cleaning up somebody else's garbage. I have a great difficulty with taking our students to go into communities to clean up their garbage. Let me tell you why. I have had a number of experiences. In fact, after the Hurricane Andrew, my teachers and myself took a whole armada of boats down to North Abaco to help to clean up the community there, to help them. But we went there and we were sweating in the sun and no water, no cold water. And we were being looked at by dozens of young men, able-bodied men, 10 times younger than me, who's 70. Back I was probably almost 70, 75 now. And they were looking at us, well, look at those damn fools. They're cleaning up our garbage. And the same thing.
That's really upsetting.
And let me give you another example right here at home on Grand Bahama. Some years ago, we organized at the shipyard when I was the workforce development director there. We organized 40 of our apprentices to go into the 8 Mile Rock area to clean up the coastal area there, which was all littered with garbage from those sort of concession huts that they had built. And again, the able-bodied men stood on the other side of the road and looked at us like we were invading their community and what right we had to come there. But more than that, they gave us the impression we were fools again, coming in there to clean up their garbage. So I have a very divided mindset when it comes to cleaning other people's garbage. Could you address that?
Yeah, no, that is not something that I've had a problem with. Typically, when we do our cleanups, we get a very warming, welcoming response. We get a lot of thank yous. We get a lot of volunteers. Every once in a while, you'll get a bad egg, and they'll come up and say something smart, or they'll, give you they'll give you a case of beer, and it's every once in a while you have a bad egg in the group. The other way I like to think about it as, if you look at it as I'm cleaning up after other people, it's the wrong mindset to have. You're doing your responsibility as a human to just keep our earth clean, and that a lot of this debris ends up in the ocean involuntary. Right. I'd like to think this, at least.
Okay.
I don't think that.
Thank you, Andrew, because that's a justification I give myself all the time, because at the beginning of our show today, I set the tune of the Mother Earth, the belly of Mother Earth, the womb, and that 99.9999% of us come from her. And we must see her as giving birth, coming out of her womb, be nursing at her breast, and why would we want to make her filthy? But I'm wondering, how do you pass on that passion to people who have no consciousness with respect to what Mother Earth means to us? Anyone can answer. I know Rishima can.
That's a tough one. I'd say through education. You got to raise awareness. A lot of times there might be social conformity involved, where they think that it's not cool. It's not cool to clean up. It's cooler to just have an I don't care attitude. And that's one thing that Four Oceans been really trying for a long time, is we're trying to huck fin it. We're trying to make it seem cool. So that's our goal. And we have two goals. One is to raise awareness and do everything through social media. We have a personal goal of mine, is that the answer to cleaning 1 million pounds of trash is not to make a machine that cleans 1 million pounds. It's not to convince one cleanup to clean 1 million pounds, but it's to convince 1 million people to all clean 1 pound.
Okay.
That's the most effective way to gather 1 million pounds of trash.
All right.
And the second goal is just do this through social media, do this through the internet, do this through cool media. One thing we're going to bring to the cleanup, and I like to think of experts in this, is we're going to bring a drone and camera gear, and we're going to spend a good time of it with smiles on our face and filming that. And then we're going to put that on the internet, and people are going to see it, and they're going to be like, dude, this looks like a lot of fun. I want to get with Four Ocean on the next one. I want to earn that smile and get a pile of trash, and I'm going to do it in my local beach cleanup. That's all it boils down to, that social conformity aspect. But if there's a group of 10 guys that are snickering at you and looking at you like you're a fool for cleaning, you get 9 of those guys on your side. That one guy left over is going to feel like an idiot, and he's going to be on your side. Now everyone's cleaning. Does that make sense?
That makes a whole lot of sense.
It definitely does make sense, and I'm so happy that we have Bahamians and we will have non-Bahamians who will be a part of this. And Linda and Keith has really done a wonderful job with welcoming everyone. We're welcoming students, we're welcoming residents, we're welcoming older people, even the guys who may be sitting on the blocks watching us. You're welcomed to be a part of this. This is not just for us. I mean, if you see us, join in. We have a T-shirt for you. We have a hat for you. We have a team that you can be on. So that's the type of energy that we're sending forth. That's the new way of getting this whole thing a counteract for that littering. So
we're gonna make cleaning the beach cool.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
And we're gonna take selfies, and we're gonna take ussies, and we're gonna post it on social media and Instagram and Snapchat and everything like that. and they're gonna want to be a part of this fun.
You see why I love Rishima. She brings in beautiful perspectives, and the moment she said that, I said, that looks like my mission, to walk up and down the street of West End and pull some of those, I hate to call the name, but the N word, because they love that word, pull them out there to help us along with this task. But Andrew, you're calling from Florida. And ladies and gentlemen, in Nassau, Freeport, Grand Bahama, anywhere, you could call us too to be part of this program. I know a lot of people have concern. You can call us out of Nassau, 326-8255, 326-8255, and in Freeport, Grand Bahama, 351-6176. So please call us and share your particular concerns about what are we going to do, how are we going to do to bring sensible appreciation to this wonderful planet that God has given us as such a marvelous gift. So we're going to take a short break.
But just before we take that break, Andrew, I just want you to just give us that number again, our target number that we want to exceed on Saturday.
if we get over 1,000 pounds, I'll be so happy.
Right.
That's my goal.
Yeah. So we're looking for over 1,000 pounds. So that's 100 pounds for everybody that's participating, and we're looking to exceed that. So I'm excited for it.
All right,
Yeah,
great.
it'll be 10
Andrew,
pounds,
Andrew, you
10
stay on.
pounds
You
for
stay
every-
online now. We're going to take a short break,
Well.
and you're listening to the Voice of the Bays. The Environment Speaks. And this coming Saturday, it's the big, magnificent bays of West End that will welcome us, and Mother Earth will be there to say, welcome, welcome, clean my bosom, clean my belly. I've given you birth, and I want you to appreciate the beauty that was mine from all eternity on into eternity. We'll take a short break and be right back.
Rise up, Bahamas, and let your voices blaze.
Bahamas, your Save the Bays team is live on air once a week to give you your environmental update on your country, our beautiful Bahama land. Join us on Voice of the Bays radio show each Wednesday on Love 97 from 5 to 6 p.m. to hear the latest news on our 700 islands in the sun. Call in and let your voice be heard during the show. Calling from Nassau, dial 326-8255. Calling in from Freeport, use 351-6175. You can also listen to the show streaming online.
Celebrating a new addition to Top Superstore on Wilton Street. Top Superstore is now stocking a wide variety of bed and bath products for your home improvement and redecorating projects. We now carry comforter and sheet sets, bathroom and beach towels, decorative lamps and throw rugs, and even quilt sets for the kids. Don't forget our line of kitchen products from Oster, Black & Decker, and Mr. Coffee. For great selection and great prices, visit Top Superstore on Wilton Street today.
Coca-Cola, you bring me life, life, life. Oh, keep us smile on my face, feel nice, nice, nice. Oh, cause you give me such a good feeling. Coca-Cola, yeah. Got me feeling right, right, right. Coca-Cola, yeah. Everybody feel the love, happiness. Share the love. Cause you give me such a good feeling. Man, woman, and child, them drinking Coca-Cola.
Weston Hardware, the only complete store with everything you need, specializing in a complete line of brand name power tools and accessories, lighting, electrical, plumbing, and bathroom fixtures, household supplies, and auto cleaning products. A complete paint department specializing in Valspar paints, Minmax wood finishings, and more. Our lumber and building department is fully stocked. Ask about our studs and tracks manufactured locally to your specification. Free delivery to your location, and all here at Weston Hardware. Telephone 377-0058.
Visit us at www.westonhardware.net.
We're neighbors. NUA Insurance now serves the Carmichael community with our newest service center on Carmichael Road, located just east of Bahamas Faith Ministries. Let us give you a hand choosing the coverage you need from our complete line of home, auto, and business policies. With locations in Collins Avenue, Harbor Bay, Carmichael Road, as well as Georgetown, Exuma, NUA Insurance is the most convenient choice for all your insurance needs. Call us today, 302-9100, for friendly professional advice. NUA Insurance, the hands-on insurance agency.
One people, one music, your station. Love 97.
Welcome back to Voice of the Bays, The Environment Speaks, and we have Andrew Cooper from Florida. Andrew, you still there?
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh, okay. I know you have limited time on the phone, so give us some more information. Or you got any particular questions? You want to ask him?
No, I'm just so excited to see Andrew.
Doing the cleanup on Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. What's the name of the church, Linda?
That is the St. Mary's Anglican Church, but we're going to be there's a clinic, West End Clinic, the temporary clinic. It is situated just behind the church. So we will be set up there for a sign-in table for 9 in the morning. But when you touch bases, Andrew, Friday, let's get together. We are going to meet you on Friday. So when you hit the island, as soon as you hit the island and get to West End and to Poodle Bay, put your bags down, give us a ring, okay?
We absolutely will. I'm looking forward to it.
All righty.
So we're excited to see you. We're excited that all our Power Rangers and all of our Planeteers will be out on Saturday. Let's get this going. Let's get energized.
Okay, Andrew, thank you so much. If you're going to be offline, but I think you could still listen to us. We're, as everyone has said, we're so excited for this wonderful event coming up on Saturday. Okay?
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's my
Okay.
pleasure. I can't wait to see everybody on Saturday.
Good. Great, man. We can't wait to meet you. Okay, we're back, and I know Rishima mentioned something about getting back to community service hours and what's the real meaning of that. So if she can elaborate a little bit on that.
Not really the real meaning, but we need to invoke a spirit of voluntarism in our country, where people feel as though they should be a part of this. They should be a part of the solution. These are the solutions, but imagine if we could get 300,000 Bahamians all volunteering without thinking that if I do this, I should get something tangible. I'm getting the intangible. I'm getting that sense of what Andrew and what Linda were talking about, where it's our duty, it's our responsibility to give back for what you talk about coming from the bosom of Mother Earth. So being appreciative of where we come from and saying this is the small part that I can give. Thank you for the air that I am breathing. So if I say to myself, my personal goal for the year is to commit 20 hours of community service each and every Bahamian and resident and permanent resident or naturalized Bahamian or whatever Bahamian you are, imagine the work that we could get done.
Well, I think that what Andrew was alluding to earlier when he said it's better to get a million people to collect 1 pound of trash versus trying to get one person to collect 1 million pounds of trash. So if we are able to get our country's citizenry to collect 1 pound of trash, if it be per day or per week or even per month, that's 300,000 pounds a month.
Right.
Times 12.
Right.
That gives you 3,600,000 pounds of trash that we could take off the streets and put it into a place where it belongs. So this whole thing about us being volunteers, definitely we need to do that. Definitely we need to put pain into people's minds and hearts that what you're doing is not something that's damaging you. It's only helping you.
Right.
It's helping our country, and it's helping our country to be a better place for people to come and visit, because no one wants to live in our country as a second vacation homeowner or a first vacation homeowner or whatever they are, or tourists, and run up and down in the villages and throughout these settlements and see filth everywhere. That is something that we cannot afford to tolerate as a country anymore. And I hope people from the Ministry of Tourism, who I know is solidly behind what we're doing, I know they are happy to have organizations like us and Save the Bays doing what we're doing, because it only helps them. They have an incredible job marketing this nation. It's our responsibility to make the nation welcoming to the visitors that they're going out and spending our tax dollars to attract.
Right.
And I think these are things that we all need to keep in the forefront of our thoughts on a daily basis. As we pray each day, let's pray that our country becomes cleaner and better for everyone.
And I'm so excited that Keep Grand Bahama Clean, they launched their litter-free My Grand Bahama campaign today, and they acknowledge that there will be 3 cleanup campaigns on Grand Bahama on the same day, which is this coming Saturday. We have ours, which is in West End, where our target is 1,000 pounds of trash, right? And then we have the one in Coral Gardens, where they will be doing a community cleanup campaign. And then the other one is at the International Bazaar, where I know Sanitation Services has already done the bulk of the work. But just now for the volunteers and all of the other civic organizations to be there to further clean. But Linda, you mentioned earlier that there was some bulk cleanup efforts in West End. So even though we're going to be collecting our 1,000 pounds of trash, we've had some help.
We have had some excellent, I have actually witnessed and been able to see, this is Homeowners Weekend, and you know, Old Bahama Bay homeowners are flying in this weekend as well. So, and we have powerboat races coming, and so in retrospect of the powerboat races coming to West End, a lot of positive steps forward in the bulk waste department have taken place, and I have been seeing the dump trucks hauling the some of the bulk waste. I'm sure we'll still meet some, but it won't be as much, and there'll still be some residue that we need to get and pull. I talked to Andrew about some of the debris in the ocean close to the shoreline that you can actually see with the naked eye sticking up out of the water that could be a hindrance for the powerboat boats when they're going through the water and racing. That's the last thing that we need is a ship hull or some other sort of debris to be in their way as they're majestically trying to win this race. So we are taking some positive. We had the powerboat race meeting yesterday with Ministry of Tourism, and we decided some even conch barges that are in the way down at the police station will be removed and in retrospect for the powerboat races and repositioned. There's some things that need to be repositioned temporarily, some things that need to be permanently taken out of the ocean permanently. We can't continue to allow pallets and some other sort of debris from boat engines and broken down small boats to remain in our oceans and along the coastlines. So that's a big initiative we are going to face. We have some light. I know I didn't want the youth to be involved with anything over 10, 15 pounds. Just a light bulk waste. Right. If they see something, make sure that you don't pick up anything sharp. We want to emphasize safety, 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 safety. Don't pick it up without your leader knowing what it is on Saturday and knowing the weight of it. And 2-man rule should apply at all times, meaning don't lift anything more than you should. We don't want anyone getting injured. That's the main thing for Saturday. So light bulk waste, but no heavy refrigerators. If washing machines, please leave them there.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for us to be on time on Saturday. And I'm sure Keith and Linda will give us all of the guidelines that we need to go through. So when we are on that bus ride up, we're going over these things with our YAs and anybody else that join on with us. But it's really important to be there for that intro, for that early morning talk, so everybody knows exactly what they're doing, what they're watching out for, what they should not touch, things that they should only flag, so that we can go back and move these items. So I think it's really important that everybody is on time, because that info talk is going to be very important for safety as well as for collection and data.
Keith, I just want to bring in another perspective here, and that is that I'm wondering whether or not we're making progress with this whole aspect of keeping Mother Earth clean. Because just a week and a half ago, I took my wife down to Nassau, and she doesn't go there as often as I do, and so I've probably become blind to what is happening gradually in the city of Nassau. But she was actually horrified when she saw every place I took her, all the places we drove, all garbage all over the place, thrown along the road, like any particular area where there was some function, the stuff sitting on the side of the road or on the grass or on the beach area. And I'm just wondering how we're going to get this across to our citizenry, and what Rashima mentioned about these major cleanups that are taking place. We need that educational component with it. And let me give you an example. A couple years ago, probably 2 years ago, Save the Bays got some 55-gallon drums, and we put our logo on it. Our students did put Save the Bays on it. We put them out at near the graveyard in Williamstown. And actually, the people who were there and went for picnicking, they actually did put some of the stuff into these bins. But in very short order, the bins were overflowing because there was no one to come and pick them up. So these particular aspects. So are we getting worse with respect to the disregard to proper cleanliness for Mother Earth? And is the people who are responsible for picking up garbage, are they doing a good job? And thirdly, law enforcement. I don't ever see, for example, even on the street where our office is, just about a week and a half ago, someone dumped a whole huge pile of household things on the road. And then either they came back later or somebody did and lit it a fire right on the verge of the road. You've seen it, Rashima, right?
I've seen it.
You've seen it, yeah. And so those three things. Are we getting any better? And law enforcement and the people responsible for collecting garbage.
Well, all I can say in that regard is that We are a country of people first, and everyone in every aspect of whether they work for the government, whether they work for private industry, whether they are citizen of this country, the partnerships that are needed is essential. And I think that what really has to be reinforced, and I'm talking from the top of the leadership of this country all the way down to the schools and to the churches, is that there has to be some type of mandate by the country's leadership. I'm talking parliament. There has to be something that has to be effective in order for us to change our ways and for some of us to adhere to these rules that are required for cleanliness. If we don't do that, then this nation is doomed for loss. It's doomed for the worst. And I don't think that anybody in this country wants to see the Bahamas go down like that. So it's going to take a real committed effort. I know that there are other organizations out there that are working very tirelessly to do what they can to help this country's environmental concerns. But I really think it needs to come from the mouth of our prime minister. It needs to come from the mouth of our MPs. It needs to come from the mouth of our pastors and our churches. It needs to come from people that can make a positive impact on their communities. Teachers, too. Everyone has to play a role in this. This cannot just be a couple of guys get together every now and then and we go have a litter pickup party. That's not what this is about. This is about a national epidemic that needs to be addressed immediately. If not, then we're all going to suffer for it. And if we don't take drastic steps to put some enforcements in place, then we might as well just throw our hands up in the air and let the trash take over the earth and take over our communities. And then what we're going to have next is just rampant diseases and people dying in the streets. Do we really want that? I don't think so. So it's going to take some real strong, forceful leadership from the very top of our country's leadership in order for this problem to be addressed properly.
Okay, all right. You just alerted my mind to two things. One, has the member of Parliament for West End, Obi Wilscombe, former student of mine, has he been invited and informed about this particular event? And have the police in West End been adequately informed as well, so they can see what is happening? They could lend assistance as well.
Well, I know we've definitely alerted to police. That I can honestly say because we partner with them on a lot of things. Okay. To get to Mr. Wilscombe, sometimes we may have been remiss there, but we do know that he is aware of what was going on in the community. Word gets around. Okay, we will reach out to him again.
Please,
and let him know.
And we're doing a really good job with sending out the flyers through social media,
right.
Whether it's through WhatsApp or on our Facebook pages. So this is public information. And like I said, we have 3 cleanup campaigns on Grand Bahama, so no one should have an excuse to not participate.
Exactly.
And there were other protocols in place as well, as far as letters that were provided to the 8 Mile Rock administrator, alerting her, Brenda Colebrook, of this initiative and this campaign, as well as the West End Township, Phil Smith. By hand, we delivered letters to them announcing this partnership and this cleanup campaign, so they were well aware.
But by the way, who made up this beautiful flyer? I love it.
I did.
You did? Fantastic job. It's so simple, just saying what it has to say in a very attractive manner. Congratulations.
Yeah, so just based on the avenues that you've used to get that information out there, I'm sure we're going to get our 100 person mark, definitely.
Yeah, what about older people? We're not just catering to young people, are we? We're talking about people in the community, adults, young adults, older adults, etc., aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. We this event isn't closed to anyone. This is for everybody. Whether you're a senior citizen or you're about to become a senior citizen, we want everybody to participate.
There's a job for everyone.
Everyone has a role. Yeah. This is not an age-limited event. Or litter and trash and the environment shouldn't be an age problem. It should be a people problem. And everyone is welcome. So if anyone feels that they have nothing to do on Saturday and they're looking for something to do, this is the perfect time to get out of the bed, come join us, and be a partner with us. Everybody needs to be blessed by this. So not just to stand around on the side of the seawall and watch everybody else do the work and other people up there drinking a bottle of rum in the morning or drinking a bottle of beer and saying this is a beautiful day and saying, hey, look at those people. And sometimes we just wonder what goes on in the minds of our community.
Okay, I think we have someone on the line.
Yes, I.
You
Yeah, so we have a caller, but I just wanted Keith to finish.
Oh, okay. All right. But I don't know how long they're going to keep him on there. Yes, go ahead. You're on Voice of the Days. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Donald.
Yeah.
You ever heard of trash for cash?
Trash for cash.
Cash for trash, you mean you pick up enough trash, you get paid?
You get paid.
No, I
Trash
didn't
for
hear
cash. You see, if you put that in the mindset of these Bahamian people, every time they see trash, they'll pick it. And the way you do that is just, you pull up in a van and take trash. You just supervise the area to make sure that the trash is being picked up in the area that you supervise. You understand?
Yeah, we understand that, and that's something that we're trying to
is
move
psychology.
from.
You're going straight forward with morals as far as people who are educated in morals. But we have systems that decay that process.
Mm-hmm.
And we are the old fellas who are still being more or less pushed on the side because we still refer to the way we were taught of morals.
Right.
You have to use the basic principle. Trash for cash. That is the mindset.
Well, okay.
We are up against a system that decays people's morals.
Right.
So only a few can benefit and reap at the destruction that we see around us.
Okay, I'll have a difficulty with that because I can't believe that people need to be paid in order to keep their environment clean. But I would say that because of the extent to which our islands are being polluted from garbage that are thrown all around, there should be a contingent of people who are paid by the government through the taxes that we collect to keep the environment clean. Go ahead, continue.
Mr. Dowell, if you have a serious program and you can get signatures of people, you can have the government finance your project.
You're making a point there.
But the mindset of the people is trash for cash because everything is, see, in religion is what in it for me. See, Christianity gives freely. But we are of a religious state of mind. Don't mind them talking with Christianity. That's just the sucker punch. We are a religious nation. And everybody have this mindset and being trained and taught in that way by the system that control every aspect of our lives.
So you make a good point right there where you said we are a religious nation because our Christianity and our ticket into the kingdom is free. And since that is free, we should be free enough to say that we're going to take care of what God has given us, right? If we really want to get there.
They're Masons.
Okay, that's not...
system. They're Masons. They're Masonic.
But I think you have a project on hand where you talk about this trash for cash. I'm going to encourage you to put a proposal together to submit to government because you're on to something.
You guys on the radio talking all the time. I'm trying to tell you how to get
and we hope to see you there on Saturday.
We do. We don't just talk. We do. So give us a call at the office.
Trash for cash.
Cash for trash. Okay, discuss that with us further. You could call us at our office 602.
Get the government to give you a grant.
What's your name?
My name is Mortimer.
First name Mortimer.
William
Mortimer. We hope to see you
Dr.
on.
Minnis knows how to contact me. You find him, you could find me.
Find who?
Dr. Minnis. Dr. Hubert Minnis.
Okay, so you're not on Grand Bahama.
Pardon me?
Are you on Grand Bahama?
I had to call this radio station.
Oh, you're calling out of Nassau. Hello? I guess they cut him off. Oh, okay. Yeah, you get in touch with us. You could find us and discuss your project further with us, because I believe that there are a number of jobs out there for people who are unemployed to keep our islands clean. We need to go that particular route. Okay, we need to sum up quickly. So, you two ladies, can you give the specifics for this Saturday, please? Because you got it down pat.
So we have everything on social media, and we're going to be there in West End on Saturday. Come prepared, wear your tennis. We're starting at 9. We'll be there until 3. We'll be counting, we'll be weighing, we'll be doing all of those wonderful things. We have t-shirts, we have selfies going on. We're going to post on social media, and lunch will be provided for the volunteers. If don't only come for the lunch, but come to fellowship, come to be amongst like-minded people, and we're excited that we're going to collect more than 1,000 pounds of trash.
Great. Linda, any other specifics?
Amen. You know, we know that man has destroyed his vineyard, and we have to get out there and you know, this is not just for us. You know, this is you know, his portion, what's under his feet, what's under our feet. We need to show that we appreciate what is under our feet. So let's make a show this weekend. Let's just show our faces in the place, West End, and let's turn this wilderness into a beautiful Bahama land, all clean and pretty. Once again, I thank Save the Bays, and I thank Four Oceans for this partnership, and all the project partners, volunteers, leadership, those who are making sandwiches, all the ladies. Thank you.
Okay, I know we're just out of time, but I want to say something to my great friend, Wendell Jones. I know you're listening to us right now. You never miss one of our shows, you say. So please, on your show, which is coming up at 5 o'clock, of course, you pushed it up to 4. You took away our 5 o'clock. Please put in a plug for us with respect to the project in West End this coming Saturday, and encourage Minister Obi, if you're listening to me, Wendell, please tell Obi I want to see him in West End on Saturday during the oceanfront cleanup in his constituency. Thank you, Linda. Thanks, Keith. And thanks, of course, my co-host, Rashima. Have a pleasant evening, all of you.
Team is live on air once a week to give you your environmental update on your country, our beautiful Bahama land. Join us on Voice of the Bays radio show each Wednesday on Love 97 from 5 to 6 p.m. to hear the latest news on our 700 islands in the sun. Call in and let your voice be heard during the show. Calling from Nassau, dial 326-8255. Calling in from Freeport, use 351-6175. You can also listen to the show streaming online.